be spilling all the tea. She came out and said that Mielle Organics was never for the black community. Again, I think it's so frustrating how a lot of these companies were built by black dollars, and the second they get to a place they want to be, they abandon us. I don't forget that I can have this, baby. Nobody else you. Nobody else makes me. Nobody else had a clue what I could do, what I could do. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video I'm going to be spilling all the tea regarding the Mielle organic controversy. So this is something that has kind of taken the black hair community by storm. It's like on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, everywhere. So many people are upset, so many people are shocked, feel disrespected, disappointed. It's just a whole bunch of mess. So we're gonna get right into it. Before we get started, make sure that if you like videos like this, give me a thumbs up, click the subscribe button, put your notifications on so you don't miss any uploads. I might be doing a video showing you guys a DIY dupe of their oil that's been trending if you're interested in that, so make sure you put your notifications on so you don't miss it. Also, make sure to follow my TikTok and Instagram for daily content as well as updates on the situation as it comes. And finally, make sure that if you do like supporting black owned hair care brands, check out my hair products, which will be restocked on January 20th, and you don't want to miss it. Okay, so if you're not familiar with the brand Mielle Organics, they were a black owned hair company founded by Monique Rodriguez in 2014. She kind of started off like me, I guess you can say, like someone that did natural hair content. She had super long tailbone hair, and she kind of got a lot of hype on social media, and from there she started her own business called Mielle Organics. Fast forward almost 10 years later, this brand has become extremely popular in the natural hair community. It is well known. It is widely available in Walmart, Target, Ulta, really anywhere you can think of, it's there. And so she has become extremely successful. The business has become very successful. It's grown a lot, and it's just been kind of like a staple, I guess you could say, in the natural hair community. But unfortunately, that all changed about a month ago. If you watch me on TikTok, you know that I talk a lot about things like issues in the black hair community and the natural hair community, as well as just like culture appropriation, like a lot of that stuff. And so I actually was scrolling through TikTok one day, and I saw this video of someone basically saying that women were buying the Mielle hair oil, one of their most popular products, their rosemary and mint Mielle hair oil. And they were buying it up in stores, and they were using it incorrectly, and it kind of sparked black outrage. So I kind of did some more research and some more digging on the situation, and basically what was happening was a lot of white influencers with straight hair were posting videos using this oil, and basically they would put it in their hair and then wash it out. And then what would happen after that is it became very popular, it became a trend, and so a lot of white women with straight hair were doing this, and they ended up posting a lot of bad reviews on the website saying that it made their hair greasy, oily, the oil burned their scalp, and they were experiencing baldness and things like that. And so this kind of got the black community upset because, number one, because this oil was trending, they were selling it out of all the stores, meaning that you could not find it anywhere. I even posted a couple of videos of me going to like Walmart and Target and not being able to find it. I went to Ulta like last week, and there was only one left, and I grabbed it up. So it was nowhere to be found, and these women were using it incorrectly. It wasn't working for their hair, so not only were they wasting the bottle because like it didn't work for them, so they just bought it and didn't use it anymore, but when they posted bad reviews, we were concerned, or the black community was concerned, that that would lead to companies changing the formula in order to cater towards a wider range of hair types. I and a lot of black women on social media kind of expressed our concern about how we don't really think this is right, because if you think about it, well, first let me say this as a disclaimer. I am fully aware that there are plenty of non-black women that have textured hair, curly hair, coily hair, so this is not directed at you. This is directed at the women that simply cannot use the product, don't benefit from the product does not work for their hair, because if you think about it, white women with straight hair, or really most people with straight hair, but specifically white women, have very oily hair. So it doesn't really make sense, and it didn't make sense to a lot of people why they were buying an oil to put on their hair and then complaining that it was greasy and causing all these scalp issues. Like, when it's clearly not made for your hair. So a lot of black women were expressing that it's not really fair because we've all known for years these women have had aisles upon aisles upon aisles upon aisles of hair care products specifically catered toward their hair, widely available and accessible. So it's like they bypass these hundreds of products that they can easily get that are catered specifically towards their hair, came to the ethnic section of the hair, our little shelf in the corner that's collecting dust, and decided to take interest in a product and grab it up. A lot of these women kind of clap back at black women saying that, you know, that's like, you want everything to be divisive and you're racist and you want to be segregated and you can't gatekeep a hair product and you know, things like the oil said it's made for all hair types and blase, blase, blase. Of course, we were like, again, we understand you can buy whatever products that you want, but we kind of think it's selfish because you have so many options that you could find an oil that works for you and so many brands specifically made for you when we don't. So you're kind of taking over our space. And the thing is, when, this is just my personal opinion, when white people try to share space with black people, it always ends up being taken over and we get pushed out of that space, or the space gets ruined and we have no choice but to leave. So it's never really like sharing. Like, we can't coexist. Like, white women can't coexist in black spaces because they just ruin it. Basically, as like the weeks kind of went on, I think this started in like December. So like as the weeks kind of kept going on, I kept seeing more videos about black women going into the store and just showing how like the Mielle oil was sold out and how there was like no availability. They saw like there was a price increase. When I bought the oil, it was $10.99, and a lot of people told me that it used to be like $7.99. So it was just like an extremely frustrating situation for us because we have historically lost a lot of black-owned companies to situations like this when white women take interest in our products and ends up, you know, just ruining for us. And one of the really big things that made a lot of people upset is when a young lady posted a video on TikTok showing that the Mielle hair oil in her store had been moved right by the white hair care products. So nothing else in the line was moved. Not the shampoo, the conditioner, the deep conditioner, the mask, nothing like that. Specifically the oil, a whole shelving of oil was moved by their products. And that's how we kind of were like, okay, this isn't okay. This is very serious because y'all have never taken interest in showcasing our products until they became interested. So it was just a whole bunch of drama. Now, the entire time that this was happening, Mielle Organics themselves, the only thing that they did was put out a statement saying that they had no plans to change the formula, which was what our biggest concern was. But they didn't say anything about people using the product wrong or taking it away from black women, nothing like that. They just said they weren't going to change the formula. And so I guess we were a little bit satisfied with that. Then I believe this was maybe, forgive me on the dates, I'll try to find it, either 1 or 2 weeks ago, Mielle Organics came out and they said that they are partnering with P&G Beauty, which is a white company. So basically they sold their company to white people. And black people were outraged. They were so upset, disappointed. Y'all should have seen their comment sections. It was so bad. So many people were like, you really sold out on us. This is the second brand that's done this. First Shea Moisture, then Carol's Daughter, now this. Like, y'all gonna change formulas. Y'all gonna start catering to white people. We gonna lose another hair care brand. Blase, blase, blase. And the CEO came out and said that her dream had always been for the company to go global. And as a fellow business owner, I completely understand wanting to expand your business. So I get that from that side. And she also came out and said that one of the things that really helped her confirm her decision about partnering with P&G Beauty was that she was going to have access to African-American chemists. So that was kind of like a safeguard, I guess. And so she said that basically the company will still be black-led. Now keep that in mind, not black-owned, black-led. But there are no plans to change the formula and everything's still going to be fine. It's just that we're going to be basically and essentially expanding. But of course, black people were like not buying it, not feeling it. Some people were commenting saying, well, why are we never supportive of black businesses when they grow? This black woman's getting her bag. She's becoming successful. Like, why aren't we being happy for her? I actually saw this Twitter thread like a couple of days ago that kind of explained that this has nothing to do with a black woman being successful, which is why a lot of black people are upset. It's more so how we've seen this over and over again with other companies where black-owned companies will sell to white companies, and then we are no longer the priority market or audience, and so everything gets catered towards everybody, which ends up not being catered towards us. So if if you can kind of think of an example, if y'all remember Shea Moisture, if y'all remember Shea Moisture, this was like years ago, right around the time they became white owned, they put out this commercial. I'll play it right here for you guys.
For it. It was lots of days staring in the mirror like, I don't know what to do with it.
I just didn't feel like I was supposed to be a redhead. I dyed my hair blonde for 7 years of my life, platinum blonde.
I didn't really embrace my natural hair. But then, as I got older, I learned how to do it and I learned how to love it. Shea Moisture, Holy Grow.
So as you can see from that commercial, there was no ambiguous, black woman. Soraya, in that video, she's mixed, she's not fully black, and it just was like a slap in the face to the black woman who had always been the majority of the customer base of Shea Moisture, that there were no black women in the commercial, and also that they had women that were redheads and blonde talking about how they face hair hate and discrimination, while we're really getting out here fired from our jobs and not able to graduate or work at certain places because our hair is unprofessional. But it just wasn't comparable. It was very much a slap in the face. And then shortly after that, Shea Moisture started changing their formulas, and now the only thing that I've seen people get from Shea Moisture, including me, is their Manuka honey and Mafura oil deep conditioner. That's my favorite deep conditioner. I don't know if they changed that or not, but that's the only product that I see people buying now, because all their other products do not work. Same thing with Carol's Daughter, and I believe Cantu. I don't know if Cantu is still black owned, but I think they're not black owned anymore. But Shea Moisture changed all their formulas, and now they don't cater to us, unfortunately. That was kind of where the concern over Mielle being acquired by P&G Beauty kind of fell, where we were like, she says that there's no plans to change the formula. That wasn't really a solidified statement. Like, people feel like she should have said, we are not going to change, not we have no plans to change, because saying you have no plans means that might change in the future. And she was saying how she still has full control over the formulation, stuff like that. The deal that she made was that P&G Beauty, which is gonna basically just help her expand, but she still has full control over everything, and no one's sure how true that is, or like if they bought a certain percentage, if they can. It's just a very complicated. Basically, just black women are just very concerned that Mielle Organics sold out to the point where this brand in a couple months, maybe a year, will no longer cater to us. The products won't work. They will be marketing towards mainly other women and not us. And it's just one of the things where it's like, Mielle Organics has a customer base of mainly black women, and the moves you're making right now are making a lot of black women feel disrespected, and so that's not really the smart business move. And a lot of people started to kind of be like, this situation don't really make sense, because all this controversy going on, and then they announced that they're no longer black owned. They knew they were going to lose a lot of black customers. Like, this whole timing don't make sense. And that's when a lot of people started getting kind of like put on game. So what I'm about to say right now is just speculation. There's no proof or no evidence, but it really kind of does make sense. This whole controversy with Mielle had only been going on for maybe a month, but something like partnering with P&G Beauty takes months to, negotiate. So there's no way that the controversy with white women becoming more interested in their products was the reason they sold their business. It had to be the opposite. Like, them selling to P&G Beauty might have been a reason for them to start that controversy in the first place. So a lot of people were saying, and it kind of makes sense, that these white influencers that were using the product, which were like really big influencers, some of them like millions of followers, were being paid by Mielle Organics to start it. And they knew that, number one, so when you sell a company and you're no longer black owned, you lose a lot of black customers. So people are thinking maybe this was a way to get white people interested, and people who typically aren't interested in black hair care interested in their brand, so that when they lost those black customers, they can replace them with the new ones, like that hype. And then also just simply using black outrage as a way to promote their company. If you have been following the controversy and you go on TikTok now, all you see is Mielle ads. Like, every single time I open TikTok for like the past week, I've seen a Mielle Organics ad, and I've never seen that before. Just think about how many women have gone to stock up on the oil or stock up on their products because of this. Just think of how much business and traffic has been like drawn to this company. I've seen so many people tell me that they had never heard of Mielle Organics before, but now they do, and they were trying to check them out. Can I do a review? It's just crazy how much attention and how much promotion they've gotten drawn to their thing. So a lot of people think that they started this controversy on purpose in order to prepare to be acquired by P&G Beauty. So there was like a PR scheme, a marketing scheme, whatever. And though, like I said, this is not confirmed, if that's true, that is disgusting to me, and it kind of just shows the future of this company and how they're going to treat Black people moving on. I just, again, think it's so frustrating how a lot of these companies were built by Black dollars, and the second they get to a place they want to be, they abandon us. That's just unfortunate. Now, another thing that has been happening, this is just recent, like the past couple of days, a lot of Black influencers have come out basically saying that Mielle Organics was never for the Black community, and just kind of sharing their experiences. So I could be wrong about this. This is just things that people have said. I don't know if this is true or not, but they had an issue with their Black Friday sale one year, and where people weren't getting their products or something, and they made a video basically making fun of the customers and complaining products or whatever, you know, just that whole situation. Also, they had an ambassador program, I believe, and they had a lot of Black influencers in it, but the influencers never got paid. And then another thing is, if you know, one of my favorite YouTubers, Kimberly Sherrill, right? Y'all know how big she is on YouTube. I love her. She came out and said that Mielle Organics was never for the Black community. She said that she used to work with Mielle Organics as like a model in a hair show for them one time when they were smaller, and then throughout the years as she's grown a lot on YouTube, doing all of her series and things like that, she has mentioned the products purposely in her stuff, and she never got paid more than $2,000. If y'all don't know with how big she is, she should probably be paying like triple that, right? I should be getting paid $2,000 for advertising a company like that, so she should definitely be getting paid way more. And she said it was kind of a slap in the face when they did that to her, and then they worked with Meg Thee Stallion. And if y'all know, it's very expensive to work with celebrities like that. So the fact that they had all this money to pay a celebrity, but you couldn't pay Black influencers what they were worth, is like kind of like a that's not really like a good look. And so to me, this just kind of further shows that like the Black community just has a whole bunch of crap going on, how some of us support each other, some of us don't, how there's so many things going on behind the scenes that we know nothing about. And honestly, for me, it kind of makes me nervous because I've had my hair care line for about 2 years now, and I'm doing very well. I just reached, you know, my first 6 figures last year. I basically started out the same way that she is. Like, she started as a natural hair influencer, made her own business, become super successful, and then she sold to a white company. And like for the longest time, like when I first started, I saw people telling me, please don't sell to a white company, please. I'm like, what are y'all talking about? I don't really know what that means. But after the situation, it kind of makes sense, like why people don't want me to sell to a white company. They don't want formulas to change. They don't want the market that my business caters to change. They want something for themselves. And it's like, some people were saying, well, why can't y'all just make your own products then? If the oil sold out or whatever, just make it yourself. And my thing is, like, making your own product shouldn't be a necessity. It should be a choice. Like, I don't understand why y'all think it's okay that every person has the luxury to go to a hair store or a store and get products that work for them, but we're just supposed to be okay with not having that luxury. Like, I feel like every Black woman should be able to go to a store and go and get products that are safe for their hair, that work for their hair, that come from a business that they know rides for them and is loyal to them and isn't going to sell them out. So it's just a hard thing to kind of look at, and it's a hard pill to swallow. Like, this whole situation is very disappointing, again, because Mielle Organics has been very, very, very popular in the natural hair community. Like, when I first got on social media, and even till this day, I've had so many people saying, can you please review Mielle Organics? Can you please review their stuff? Can you please make a video? I even knew about it before I was natural. Like, that's how popular they were, but it just didn't turn out like that. So I'm not gonna tell you that you shouldn't buy from this company, or you should, because right now, currently, no formulas have been changed, but people are assuming that they will change soon, or the marketing will change soon, because that's just kind of how this thing goes. But they haven't done anything in that regards that I would say would make you turn away from the business. I'm not discouraging you from buying from them, and I never will discourage you from like helping a Black woman succeed. I'm just telling you what's been going on. That's really it. And I just pray that as my business continues to grow, which I'm speaking that it will, I will be able to balance getting my check while also respecting and supporting the customers that got me to where I am, and the customers that I have now, and making sure that I will forever prioritize Black hair, because we just don't have enough. Alrighty guys, well, I think that's it for this video. I think that's everything I covered. Again, if there's any updates or anything to the situation, I will probably be talking about it on my TikTok, so make sure you go follow me on there just for any extra details. If you like this video and have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Make sure to give me a thumbs up, click the subscribe button, put your notifications on so you don't miss any of my uploads. Again, I do plan on making a dupe to the rosemary and mint oil if you're interested in that. So just keep your notifications on because that will probably be posted a couple days after this video. And finally, if you are interested in a black owned hair company, you can check out my hair care line. My products will be restocked January 20th. In all transparency, they do go very quick. And I am working on expansion, but still black owned expansion. So just bear with me, and I appreciate y'all's patience. I understand how frustrating it is that I'm always sold out. Trust me, I am working on that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I thank you guys for all the support for my channel and my business. I really appreciate each and every person that comments, watches, subscribes, buys a product, checks out the website without doing anything. Like, I appreciate everybody. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.
Tell me what you see in me.